Alrighty, well hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. So, I have decided that for this pack, it's going to be kind of like a standalone pack. So what's going to happen is that you are going to activate a prompt. Oh, the mouse isn't working all of a sudden. The game's not working. You're going to activate a prompt, and I can't use the mouse and the, okay. And it's going to give you an interface. Mission interface. I think I already did that, didn't I? Yeah. So that's what we had decided on. I think that's what we was working on last time was this here. Okay. That's right. Come on, mouse. I'll have to plug in the actual one, right? And then we have our local jobs. Okay, but we can't close these windows yet. That's right. That's right. Okay. Just trying to refresh. It's been a couple of days since I looked at this. Master window, quest window, and then we have the trucks window, and that's where we were going to spawn in the individual vehicles, right? And we can limit that to whether you purchased it or not, and that'll all be saved in here. So we'll go through that, setting it up, blah 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 blah. So what I'm also thinking is a good way to start is that this whole block is going to be purchasable by the player. I think that's what we're going to do here. Yeah, we'll have to figure that out. We'll have to get that in there. So, okay, so I made the two quests, which we needed the basket truck for. One we needed the basket truck for, and one we could use the van for. So, in the truck window, let's see here. Can we make that visible? It's just a blank window. Okay, let's see here. Oh, and then we also need a scrolling frame. There we go. Fixed door and fixed balcony. And then this will say, we want text scaled, and it can say trucks. Alright, so for the trucks part, let's insert an object. Let's insert a image button. Right, and we can change the size of it. In this case, it's 100 by 100. Where can we change that? Right here. We can change it to like 200 by 200 if we want to. Something like that. All right. So now that we have that, this is going to be the van. And now we need a picture of the van. So the master window, let's make that not visible. And this, let's make that not visible. Alright. Easy peasy, print screen, open up paint. Again, if you have Photoshop, paste it into Photoshop. You can do all your editing there. I suppose I could look at purchasing Photoshop, I guess. We can crop that. Okay, then we just go File, Save As. I like saving it as JPEGs because it keeps them small. Nail van, just like that. And we'll go back into here. Let's make this visible. And the button for the image label. We're going to go add image, choose file, and it should be down at the bottom. Let's see, where is it here? The van. Where did I put it here? Should be I wonder if maybe it's saved it somewhere else. Where are you here? Too much. This is all my half of the Roblox stuff. I think I lost a bunch of screenshots too. There it is. Oh, nail van. I thought I just said it van. I'm kind of an idiot. Alright. So we'll create that there. Give it a moment to upload. Now it's a bit small. So maybe we change this to like 400. There we go. Nice. And of course, then we're gonna duplicate that, and we'll make the not that one. The truck window not visible. Because what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this van in the server storage. We want to insert a folder, and we want to call that folder, come on mouse, vehicles, or vans or trucks, whatever you want to call it. This is where some of your items are going to be stored, and then we'll put this in there, and then it's going to be our basket truck. Alright, so I need to take a... I hope I'm going to be able to get through this video. You can do it, you can do it, you can do it, mouse. Alright, and then same thing. Print screen, go to paint. I'll say new. Paste. Crop that. Perfect. File. Save as. I might even already have an image of this. JPEG, right? We'll say basket truck. There we go. Save that. Take the truck, put it in our folder, vehicles. And then we want to, then what do we want to do? Let's make this one visible again. And for the van, we'll change this to basket truck. Okay. And now this is going to be set up a little differently. The image, we'll add the image, choose file. And then we need to find the basket truck there. It's right there. Easy peasy. So now we need to, in the button code, I'm going to separate this out, and this is going to be trucks. So we at the top of the script can say local trucks equals script dot parent dot truck window. Perfect. Just like that, dark truck window. So we can now say trucks dot scrolling frame dot van dot mouse button one down connect function. Perfect. And then what do we want it to do? Well, in this case, we are going to say right, in the replicated storage, we need to right click, we need to insert a folder there. Okay, in here we're going to call this truck spawn. Okay, and then we're going to insert inside here remote event. Just like that. We're going to call this van. Okay, so then what we'll need to do is we can create a local for that, a variable. We can say action, let's see, truck. Yeah. Truck action equals game game dot okay storage. I guess we could say get service. Game get service replicated storage find first child. What would it be? Would be truck spawn? Yeah, truck spawn dot van. Actually, we'll just say truck spawn. So then, because now we can say truck action dot van. We could say fire server. And then in this case, then what we can do in the server script service, you see how we have a job script? We can then go insert an object, a script, and we're going to call this our truck, let's see, construction spawn. Alright, so this is going to handle all of our construction stuff. I guess not. It's just going to handle the trucks. Construction truck script. So now what we want to do is we want to say local actions equals game get service replicated storage find first child truck spawn. All right, so then we can say actions dot van on server event connect function. And now I don't know if we need, I'm going to try to see if we can have a, like this is actions, right? So we could say we can copy that and then we can have another one, but instead of van it's going to be basket truck. So we could just say basket like that, and I'm hoping that we can get away with it. Okay, so now we also need to say trucks. Yeah, there we go. Trucks not visible false. There, perfect, excellent. And then it will do this. And now what do we want to do? We want to spawn the truck. So in order to get the truck to spawn, we need code for that. So fortunately, I have the cement truck. And in the back of the cement truck, there is a, not the dropper, here it is. So we need this. But we also, it's missing some code, so we need to add some code to it. Let me explain. So we need to say what it's going to do is this is the button itself on, okay, so we're not going to worry about that. So the truck itself is going to be not this. Server storage find first child, and what do we name it? Vehicles? Vehicles, and then we are going to say .van. Then what we're going to do is we need to get the name of the player. So I wonder if in the button code, let me see here. This one here, we got it by the button. Gives us the name of the player. In this case, what we need to do is the interface is going to be on the player, so we need to just search for the name. So I think we can go. Let's see. Let me think about this for a second here. So we will say in here, no, we'll put it in player. Guess we could do that. Let's see. Try that. And then what we want is, we can say, I think we can say player.position. And then we'll just, instead of spawning it right on us, we'll say +10. Alright, that should work. Let's try it out. Oh, the button is not visible. Oh, there we go. I got an error. Perfect. Alright, so it gave me an error in the button. Says infinite yield possible on wait for child instance. So, oh, instead of wait for child, I wonder if we could say find first child. So here's where it kind of, we might have to have, it might be easier to have the spawn. Yeah, okay. So, okay. Now that we're unable to, we're having an issue translating the name of the player to the server. So what we're going to do, we're going to change this. We are going to put that spawn code here in the button. So instead of firing the server, in this case, so we'll have to get this construction script. What we actually want is we want this code here, and we're gonna do that. All right, so we're gonna delete this script, construction truck script. Let's get rid of it. Delete. Thank you. Okay, so why is that? Because what we're also going to do is we're going to add some checks. to this part of the function to make sure that the player has bought the item, blah 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 blah. But we're gonna add that in afterwards. All I'm trying to do now is get the vehicle to spawn. So the other thing we need to do is we need to say make joints. So we need to say, I don't know if it's before the move to or after the move to, but we need to say clone car, and we need to say this one here, but it says it's depreciated. Use weld constraints and hinge constraints instead. I think we have to add that to it. Now, as far as the player goes, what we're going to do is we're going to say local player equals script.parent.name. Now, I think what we're going to do is we're going to print player. There we go. When we click on the button. Line 47. Oh, see, it printed player GUI. So we need one more there. Now, if I click on that, there we go. It printed my name. Perfect. So now we've got the player's name. So now we can say we don't need this anymore. Now the next error it was giving me was at line 47. Server storage, vehicles, van. Okay, so it's telling me it can't find that. Saying it can't find it. Interesting. So we'll say game get service server storage vehicles van. Oh, maybe we can't search that way. Vehicles is not a what? So this is the problem. So we can't access the server storage from the client. So we do need a server script. I think I didn't get rid of these remote events. We do need a server script. Alright, so we need to insert an object. Now that I figured that out. Okay, so this is going to be the truck. This will have to be the van. Let's see. Truck spawn script, done deal. In there, we're gonna put in this code. I'll copy that, and we are gonna say local action equals game, right? We want to say get service replicated storage dot truck spawn dot van, and then we're gonna say action. Oh no, we'll say dot truck spawn. All right, that's what we'll do. There we go. Now we can add to it. So we can say action dot van dot on server event connect function. All right, and then what is it going to do when the function goes through? We are going to say variable here, And I guess we could say player too. And then what we want to do is we want to say if variable is equal to van, then it's going to spawn the car. Else, like that, and then we'll do something else. We'll just tell it to wait for now. All right. So let me restart the music here. I can't believe this is actually taking this long. I can and I can't. So now we need to get the player's position. So what we need to do in here in the truck spawn, we need to insert an object. And it needs to be a string value. And we can name this player. Alright, and so what we will do when we press the button, we are going to say truck action dot van. Now we can say fire server van. Okay, that's going to be the variable, and then when it gets that variable, boom, it's going to run the code. So what we also want to do is we want to give our name. So we want to say game, I guess we could say get service. Get service, replicated storage, let's see, dot truck spawn, dot player, dot value equals player. Just like that. And then what we do here is we're going to say game.workspace find first child, and we need to say, I wonder, we could try it first this way just with the player. Let's see how this, let's just kind of see how this connects itself through before we go too much further. It didn't actually do anything. And I think that's because it just can't find the player. So what we would need to do is I wonder. Yeah, I suppose we could say game. Let's say we could say get service, replicated storage, dot truck spawn, dot player, dot value, just like that. I wonder. Let's see if we can get all this to connect through. Huh. Huh. I should do this. Let's do this. Else print. All right, just see, maybe that's what it's trying to do. No van. Okay, so I wonder if we just get rid of that and just bind it to that. Oh, there we go. Attempt to index nil with position. Oh, because I need to have a position within the player. Within the player. So let's pick up a part within the player. So it has to find me in the workspace. And then we could say, yeah, I guess we could just take that. The humanoid root part. Let's see. Is there even a position on there? Let me make sure I check the right one. Okay, so it probably can't find me in the workspace. Line 10. Alright, so there's probably not enough of a delay, because if we look at replicated storage, there I am. So what we probably need to do is add a little bit of latency in the button, like a wait. Let's see, hold on. Here, what we're going to do is we're going to print this. It won't print it? Server, truck spawn, script 10. I wonder if I have to put this in quotes. Or it's gonna print that, isn't it? Yeah, it's just gonna print that. Oh, I don't know what replicated storage is. Getting an error. That's that error there. So what we need to do is probably say local name equals this right here. And then I could say print name. Doesn't want to. Doesn't want to. Syntax error. Oh, I see what the syntax error is. All right. So that's enough mucking around with this. Let's see. We gotta open from Roblox. I'll just go and get the code. All right. I didn't think it was gonna be this irritating. It's just trying to find that. So I wonder if we do that and we say dot value. Dot value. Perhaps. No. That just doesn't want to be a pain. So which one? This one here has got it, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so we have to make joints and we have the move to, but it's kind of written a little differently in this one here. Here it just can't find us. So, and this is just the respawn for the NPC cars. This is the spawn car for the player. Oh, does this actually spawn the... Interesting. So then I put just the player name in there. All right, so let's try that. So without needing this, we get rid of that because it's just confusing. We don't need this here. So what I did is I wrote the player in here, just like that. And then what I've done is we've got the replicated storage, and then we've got the button, and then the button just fires it as a blank. So no variable. And then for this script here, again, it just fires it without the variable. And it should say player, and then in here. Now, is that how I've done that? Player and then pickup, which I think is the name of vehicle. All right, so that seemed to work. And then we just hit player dot character dot upper torso. Okay, so perhaps. So then we can say player. Let's say the upper torso. All right. Player.character.upper torso.position X .position Y .position Z. I think that's the only difference there. Oh, player is not a whoops. Truck spawn line 4. What is that? Let's get rid of this. Because that'll break the script. It'll say, oh, I can't find that value. I'm not going to run the script. Now it's saying player is not a valid member of line 16. Actually, I don't even need to print this anymore now that we've got it all figured out. Except for line 16. Cloned car name equals player dot name. Car. There we go. There we go. Yay! There it is. Oh, that took a while. All right, let's go over what we did here. We just needed a little help with some code. That's all. So what do we do? Well, we created a button, and in the button, the only code that we need is to make the button disappear after we click on it, and then to fire the value to the server. And we had to put the player's name in here. So once you've done that, this is the button here. Put the player's name in there. Then on the server script service, on that script, we have that remote event. And then when it fires, it gives us the player's name, which we're able to transfer through to the car. That's really neat. So let's see if we can replicate this. And let's see if we can change it to the basket truck. And let's see if we can have both of them on the same, in the same script. So we can say local basket equals game. Let's see, get service, replicated storage, dot, truck spawn. Oh, I already got that. We can say action dot basket. Action dot basket. And then this will be basket truck. All right, let's see if that works. It did not. Perhaps because the button isn't even connected. Dot basket truck. There we go. There we go. There we go. Van. And then basket, I guess. Yeah. So here, all right, so let's see that. Let's see what we've got. And then I'll go through it. Yeah, there we go. Excellent. All right, so let's recap what we did. Not much. Took a while. Okay, so we created 2 buttons inside the interface. And then what we've done is we've programmed some code. All the code says is that when you click on the button, you're going to activate this remote event, which is in the replicated storage. Once you activate that remote event, in our truck spawn script, we have the code. So we can add individual trucks to our truck spawn code. Easy peasy, and that's all you want to do is when the remote event activates, we're going to get by the player. It's going to find the vehicle. If the vehicle is there, it's going to find the player and place it next to the player. You can adjust those values here. And then what we want to do is we want to clone the car, name the car, parent it to the workspace, make the joints. That just welds everything together. And then it's going to move it to your position. And that's it. Yeah. So once you have the code and it works, as you can see, you can transfer it from game to game to game, you know, or for different purposes. So now we could say in a nutshell that this is done. So we could then take this truck window. Oh, it's not quite done yet. Because we want to be able to close the windows. Right. So then we take the concrete missions and we move that into here. So see, we'll have to add another element to this. There we go. Helps if I activate the master window. Yeah, there we go. So then we can click on vehicles. We can come over here. There we go. We got our van. Now the van should be... Yeah, it's ready to go. Cool. So now I'm just waiting to go. And then the vehicle is named my car. That's awesome. Cool. So we're on our way. We're slowly on our way to making the game. What we're going to do is we'll create another interface for the warehouse, and we'll create another interface for this, whatever this is going to be over here. And then that way, at each station, you can get your little interface, and you'll be able to spawn, say, the forklift, so you can load the trucks and all that sort of stuff. And then I'm going to have to go through the trucks. So I'm going to have to rework this a little bit, rework the constraints and the buttons, just kind of mix them up. And then what we'll do is we'll also go through the concrete and some of that sort of stuff coming up. So that will be the next button we make, is going to be for the concrete truck. Then I'll be able to expand the missions and go from there. So what I'm hoping is you guys are seeing from this is just kind of, you know, we're slowly developing, and we're moving from, we're slowly making progress, right? It can be hard in the beginning to gain traction because there's a lot of code, and we have to think about how do we want to write the code and what the effects are. And then obviously when we write the code, maybe it doesn't work the way that we want. So we have to play with it, and that just kind of takes a little bit. But once you sort of get some traction and you have a direction, it's pretty simple after that. Really, it's just about adding the objects and then expanding on the missions. So the other thing too is that we have to think about is the crane. This is it going to be an individual model that the player is going to have to purchase. And now we'll be able to handle that part of it as well. So yeah, so in the next video, we will connect this truck to a button. And then what we're going to need to do is we will figure out how the player wants to interact with the block. Okay, so probably what we'll do is we'll figure that out. What we're going to do is we're going to lock this in. I have the clock. So these buildings you'll purchase the block, and then these 2 buildings will pay you out experience and money every whatever hour, 30 minutes, whatever it is. And then you'll be able to purchase these additional buildings that you can then buy. But you'll have to bring building materials to the sites. And we'll be able to save our progress. So that way, once it's all built, it'll generate a decent amount of cash and a decent amount of experience for the player. And that way, when they join the game, it'll save their progress where they are so they can continue on. Yeah, and I think that'll be really cool. And that way, it won't be something that the player will be able to finish right away. It might take them a little bit to get there, and it's going to save it along the way. Cool. So that's going to do it for, I think this is part 2 or 3. I'll figure it out when I upload it. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all hopefully in the next video. Thank you all, and I will see you then.